All right, everybody, here we are. Third episode, very exciting.
What a theme.
It really is. It's giving good energy. And we've been having so much fun with this. 3 weeks of just bliss for us.
Yeah.
Truly. And we've been getting a lot of good feedback.
Yep, we're creating content.
We really
we're gonna
are.
Start doing reels. If there's anything else you would like to see, infographic, we're gonna try to be better with the gram.
Mike's a big Canva Pro girly.
Yeah, I'm a graphic design is my passion. So those are quick housekeeping updates. But let's just dive in. Last week of school for you.
Last week of school for me. Please, we're not here to talk about me today.
Love.
There's nothing going on interesting in my life. I'm just doing grown-up things. It's lame. It's almost summer vacation for me. Let's hear about your trip.
Yes. I got to be a fake influencer for...
No, you're not fake. You're a real influencer. We're big times now.
So if you didn't listen last week, shame on you, but I got to go.
But we don't hold grudges. It's a clean slate.
No grudge, but just go back and listen. But spoiler alert, I was at the Real Housewives of Ultimate Girls Trip Season 2 premiere party, which I didn't know was a premiere party going in. So
what did you think it was?
Just a viewing. So I just got an email from Peacock that was like, can you come to New York, bring a +1 on this date, watch the episode, we have surprises. And I had they did a Dubai one a couple weeks prior.
I did see that.
So I assumed it was maybe Jill and Dorinda would be there.
Because they're New York girlies.
For Q&A and I'd leave with a goodie bag after.
Yeah.
Cute, fun, great for the Instagram clout. And then I saw that they were all in New York the day of me leaving, on that Monday night, the whole cast. And I was like, the math ain't mathin'. Are they all showing up for a Q&A or... So after we watched the first episode, which was hilarious, it was so good. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. It's on Peacock. But they all walk out. And then
I would have died.
Oh, I was shaking. I was visibly shaking. I will post a picture of my face that made it on the Bravo.
I saw that on the Bravo Insta
story of my authentic reaction watching the curtain pull back and Vicky step forward.
And did you also get to watch the episode there?
Yeah. So they heard our live reactions to things. It was funny. And
how many people, influencers, would you say were there?
There were a lot of accounts, big accounts I'd followed. So comments by Bravo, comments by celebs were there.
Bravo by Betches?
Yep, Bravo by Bitches was there. Met him. Talk of
It's a guy?
Yeah, Dylan Hafer. Yeah.
My world just got turned upside down.
I know.
I'm shocked.
Yeah,
wow. Okay. I mean, good for him.
Yeah. Who else was there? Brands by Bravo. And
you're a fairly new Instagram account.
I'm shocked I was even considered to be here.
And we have, and not to spoiler alert anything, but we do have some influencer crowds in the works to come on as guests to talk about the influencing of it all. But this is a totally foreign world for me, the PR, media, all that jazz.
So I obviously when I worked in radio, we did the cool events and
Mike, you used to work in radio, local here in Boston.
Yeah, Mix 104.1, Amp.
If you've ever heard of it,
rest in peace. So doing this, I was this is my first time where I'm not behind, I'm talent. I'm there as a guest. I was invited. And so it's just so crazy. There was 2 queens from Drag Race there, out of drag that I was I knew, I didn't know how to not be cool.
I would, don't be cool. Be cool. Don't be all uncool.
To not contain my excitement, but I was literally SNL, Kristen Wiig, the sport, that's how I felt. I was just wanted to scream the entire time. So then they all walk out and I'm thinking, oh, Q&A, or maybe we as we leave we get a picture, and then Vicky goes, we're all invited to the premiere party. And I'm thinking, oh, we must be going to another bar. Then they like open the doors to the side room and it's a full patio, full photo ops, and like a whole open bar.
Oh my
And
God.
I was like ready to leave after the episode. I was like, this was so much fun. I had popcorn and an espresso martini because it's like the drink list was so
Chic.
cute. So then I was like, oh my, I can't believe I'm partying with the housewives.
You really were.
Yeah, I met Vicky and Tamara. I took a god-awful picture
Did you
with
whoop
them.
it up?
Oh, yeah. I like fully was like, I was like, I'll get a dirty martini like as soon as the bar was open.
Of course.
I said to like, when I walked over to Vicky, because I was like the last one to take a picture, I literally just goes, I just can't. It was like all I could say. And she literally goes, bless your heart. Like, which is like,
girl,
the gay word of that is like, love that for you. Like, I was like, I'm just going to let it. She said, bless your heart to me. I was like,
oh,
I'm
Vicky.
dead.
Wow.
Dead. Phaedra looked great. I loved Jill's dress the most.
Jill Slade.
I loved it the most. And like,
it was gorgeous.
So when I was walking out, Tamara, and Vicky were walking out, and Dave Quinn, who wrote the Housewives book.
Yes.
He was like holding an umbrella for Tamara. She was like, oh, there's Mary Poppins. Like, I felt like full TMZ because I was like recording.
Yeah.
And I literally said to Jill, I was just her with the dog. And I was like, best dressed. And she was like, thank you so much. Can't take any credit. It was all Allie, her daughter.
Yes.
But
have you ever bought anything from Shop Jill and Allie?
Now I wanted a crew neck. And then I was like, they're kind of expensive.
They're a little pricey.
For it to look like iron-on,
yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
But I still want one.
Jill and Allie, put us on your PR list, please. Everybody gets on their PR list. I want to be on it too.
I want it. I love their candles too. I'm a slut for a candle.
Same.
I'm a slut for a candle.
No, me too. I bought back in the day when I had to wear masks to school every day. I bought they had the cutest mask chains.
Yes.
And I bought some of them. I probably still have them somewhere.
I mean, I say like they're so expensive as if I'm not like buying every Loverboy merch.
No,
like a $45 long sleeve.
And something that we've actually never talked about on here is Loverboy and Summer House, shockingly.
I know. Well, I feel like it's because it's not.
I know it's out of season now.
Well, yeah.
And Winter
House won't come out until probably like October-ish.
Really?
Yeah, because it ended on Thanksgiving. Because I only know that because I made my Instagram the Winter House finale.
Yes, I do remember that.
Full circle moment.
That is very full circle.
I know, but we will chat Summer House. I'm like convinced I'm part of the cast. I'm like they're my best friends.
No, I went to Montauk once, and I actually was acting as though I was full blown part of the cast.
Oh yeah,
like I was at Stephen Talk House acting like it had anything to do with me. I'm just
emotionally attached to them, and it's like,
me too.
So for what reason? The show didn't really pick up until season 3. Every summer, I thought it was going to get canceled. And come back. No,
I totally agree. And we never got to talk about Beyonce. What's your initial reaction? I want to hear what.
Because it was after.
And I waited. I didn't ask you because I wanted our conversation and our chat about it to be authentic. So this reaction that you're getting here is live in real time.
I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. I'm so happy that it's like different. It's like radio friendly.
Totally.
Like, she hasn't had like a real radio bop, I would say, in like since self-titled.
Mm-hmm.
Which like I love. I love the artistry of Lemonade. I love like Black is King. I love like I respect it. But I feel like this is a Girls and the Gays album.
She did what Drake thought he was doing.
Fully. Oh my God. She was like, baby, I'm gonna sit down.
Take a step back.
I'm gonna take this one.
And I heard that Rihanna is on the album. Did you hear that?
I've heard Rihanna's on the album. I heard Ariana Grande's on it. I would love a Nicki collab.
Yeah,
I love when Beyonce and Nicki are together.
Me too. My party trick is I will rap feeling myself at any party at any point. If you give me any amount of alcohol, you don't even have to really give me the alcohol. If you just put it on, I'll sing the entire thing.
Well, if you can't do super bass with your eyes closed, like,
no, then what are you doing?
What childhood did you have?
Right.
Leave. Like, you cannot come to the pregame.
No, you're not even invited.
And like, honestly, like, to even take it a step further, like the whole Nicki Monster verse, like, you have to know. Or
pull up in the Sri Lanka. What?
Yeah. literally. But like, yeah, she's the whole song.
Yeah, it's all of it. The whole thing.
But no, I'm so excited for the new album. I hope it's the same energy, but like I love a Beyonce ballad. Like my favorite album is I'm Sasha Fierce. It's her slowest album. Yeah. Like I love like Beyonce when she sings. I respect a banger, but the voice, I need it.
Totally.
I need to like feel.
She knew that nobody put out the song of the summer.
Yeah,
and she said, "I'll do it.
I'll do it on the first day of summer. Don't worry. Yeah, don't worry."
The only thing that what was I just gonna say? The only song that that was a contender that you and I talked about was Freaky Deaky.
Oh.
It's slept on. It's not talked about enough.
Freaky Deaky, like...
Could we get the rights to that?
That should be like our... I mean, honestly...
I'd pay whatever.
I feel like our logo, like, embodies the cover art.
Oh, it really does. It really does. First of all, if you've never listened to Freaky Deaky, you gotta go listen to it.
That's a Doja song.
It's Doja. It has nothing to do with Beyonce. Just...
Yeah, well, not only that, but it's like... Technically, she's a feature.
Yeah, no, so it's who sings it really? Tyga. Oh, Tyga.
It's like the way I'm willing to
Kylie Jenner's ex-boyfriend.
For a Tyga song. I'm like, no, it's a Doja song. She looked absolutely stunning in the video. Me and my best friend Dylan, like, we'll just throw it on as like before I leave his house after watching a movie. Like, let's just watch it real quick.
And is Dylan? I have always been meaning to ask you this. Is Dylan the other half of the Bravo Bottoms?
No, Dylan.
Why did I think he was?
The other half of the Bravo Bottoms is my friend Brandon.
Okay.
Dylan is like my other half. Personally,
right.
Like we are best friends. I call him my fairy godmother. Like
That's sweet.
Like he's a year older than me. I used his ID when I was under 20, under 21 because we kind of look similar. That. We're best friends. I came out of the closet to him, so we're just like I call him like my emotional husband.
Yeah, of course.
But like we're strictly besties.
I love that.
Yeah, he just started Bravo for the first time.
Oh, okay. Yeah, praying for him.
We have him on Atlanta, and he's loving it.
Of course, who wouldn't?
Yeah.
The best.
Yeah, that is.
Wow, I'm really jealous. It looked wonderful. And talking about your trip, getting ready to just dive on into our topics today of love triangles.
Episode 3, triangles, where we plotted.
Yeah, I feel like it makes sense. Like good things come in threes, triangle, 3 points, isosceles, like etc. I don't know.
1, 2, 3, the Britney Spears
What are the other?
song.
Oh yeah. What are the other kinds of triangles? I forget. Isosceles. Acute.
Yeah.
There we go.
I don't know. I wasn't a geometry girl.
Well, me neither.
Or an algebra.
No, I never even.
No math.
No, I only got C's and D's in math.
Yeah.
Makes sense because now I'm a reading teacher, so it tracks.
Yeah.
But so talking about what you said, you were coming home on the train and you were watching what I convinced Mike to watch, which is how I spent my weekend.
Yeah, it wasn't on the top of my list.
No. But while Mike was out living his Bravo fantasies, doing actual cool things, I was at home watching the one and only The Summer I Turned Pretty, of course.
Of course, as one does.
So, like I said before, I was a nerd child, obviously. I was a camp girly. I was a theater kid. I had the whole trio. Rejected RA. It's a little too soon to talk about it, but someday the sting will die down, but not quite today. And I'm losing my train of thought all over the place today. We're gonna have to cut this part out.
You read the book in what?
Oh yeah, I read the. Okay, thank you. I didn't take my ADHD meds today. It's clearly very apparent because my noggin's all over the place.
This was a book. It was a book series.
It was a book series. The first book came out in 2009. The first one's called The Summer I Turned Pretty, and it changed my life because I was a Martha's Vineyard girly. I would spend almost my whole summer on the vineyard when I was younger.
I love that for you.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Well, and it was just a really cool thing for me because I obviously did not come from that world. Like, I grew up in Quincy, just regular, whatever.
Regular girl from the Bronx.
Yeah, exactly. I'm still Abby from the Q, just like Jenny from the Block, but like a little different.
Abby from the Q.
Mm-hmm. And we would spend time there. My mom's family has house there, so we would go. And I just always felt like that was where I just thrived.
Yeah.
And The Summer I Turned Pretty really resonated with me because it's about this girl who goes to the beach with her family. And that's where
isn't it? It's the Cape, right?
I think it's supposed to be modeled after the Cape, yeah. But they call it Cousins Beach. But in the series, they mentioned like Yarmouth or something.
Yeah, they mentioned they mentioned Cape Cod.
A couple Cape places.
So, like, spoiler, if you haven't, because
we're talking about all of it.
We're talking it. I didn't binge this in 48 hours to not,
for nothing.
Like, go through the whole.
Of course. So, if you don't want to know any spoilers about The Summer I Turned Pretty, which is on Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
If you don't want to know any spoilers, it's time to fast forward.
Yeah.
We don't know what time till, but fast forward now. So, we're going to dive on in. And I just want to ask you to start. Which team did you picture yourself being when you came into this? Because obviously there's a love triangle. We have the main character. Her name is Belly. And she goes on vacation with these two boys, Conrad and Jeremiah. They are brothers. But family best friends. Their moms have been best friends forever. Family besties. And Belly always had a thing for Conrad. Who is 2 years older than her.
Yeah, because she turned 16 and he was going into college.
So. And then Jeremiah is 1 year older than her.
So he'll be a senior.
And it's all about their love triangle, really, is what it boils down to.
I'm Team Conrad. Team Connie.
And were you Team Connie when the show started?
Absolutely.
Okay, from moment one.
From moment one.
Yeah.
Without even, I didn't even sway. It was never like, oh, no, but no. Team Conrad, 1,000%.
So this is where we differ. And I've come to find out that we have very different opinions on very many things. But when it comes to this, I was always growing up Team Jeremiah because...
Ew, that's so annoying.
But I saw a TikTok that really explained it all. And it said, girls who were Team Jacob in Twilight, obviously, are Team Jeremiah. And girls who are Team Conrad are Team Edward. And that tracks to me.
That checks.
Yeah.
See, I have a different opinion. Girls who are Team Jeremiah, your high school boyfriend's gay now. And girls who are Team Conrad, you went through, you were the couple in high school that, fought in the basement. In front of everyone.
In front of everybody.
Everyone was you left storming and crying. And then
the next day you were happier than ever.
The next day you're with them at getting coffee and you're in his hoodie.
Yep.
And I love that energy. It's very Steven Kristen.
Right.
It's very
so true.
To talk about.
Yeah, that is so true.
It's very I love the rush, the whole how could you not?
So I hear you and I see you and please know that your response is valid here and this is a safe space. But I love the good guy. I always am rooting for the good guy. And it makes sense because I was a theater kid, so I'm sure I dated somebody that turned gay at one point. Now, so and I'm married, so it's the fun, not the fun's taken out of it. That's not at all what I mean.
Edit that out.
Edit that out. No. But it's different now. I'm good with, I want the stable. My life is very stable.
I know, and meanwhile,
Conrad.
I want the chaos. I want it all. Right. I want, the screaming, crying.
Screaming and fighting and kissing in the rain.
I want that.
Yeah, of course.
I want that.
So I will say, while I start off the series and the books, but the books in the series are very different. I can't even get into that right now. We're going to have one of our friends on who is a book influencer, and we'll talk about book series versus book not series. But I went into this Team Jeremiah and I did end up leaving this season and my reread of the books. I reread the books in anticipation for this series coming out. And I started Team Jeremiah and I actually left Team Conrad. So thank you.
Welcome to the train.
But I will be, stereotypical and say, obviously it's because Conrad is way better looking. The casting was perfection.
Yeah, and I love, knowing it's supposed to take place in the Cape, Jeremiah and Conrad, they look like Cape boys.
For sure.
Summer, and Harwich year round.
Yeah.
They play lacrosse. The football was I was picturing them lacrosse boys.
Oh, totally.
Not, or the football tie-in, but...
Lacrosse, baseball.
And they have they wore if we're going back to 2009, they had the rope bracelet.
Yep.
They
100%
were all Nautica polo. They
maybe tossing a puka shell necklace. Who's
fully,
to say?
Fully.
The Sperry's,
the Sperry's, the high socks. They bullied me.
For sure.
I was they bullied me, but I loved them.
Yeah,
I loved that.
for sure. They were that boy with the flippy, just like in 2009, they had the Bieber hair.
They had the hockey hair. They had the full flow, the backwards polo hat. I'm obsessed.
The backwards polo hat. Who could forget? Remember those? Do you remember those necklaces that the boys who played baseball wore them, and they said that they
gave them the energy. They were like
they were a scam.
They were like the straight friendship bracelet. Like literally, yeah.
I have to wait. I need to look up what those were called.
I wear necklace. One of those? I say this as if I didn't wear a Livestrong until 2017.
No, me too. My mom pulled up one of my school pictures the other day, and I was prominently going like this, just putting my hands in front of each other, displaying my Livestrong. So everybody knew that I supported Lance Armstrong.
The 2000s Apple Watch. It's in a wedding. You know,
exactly.
Why'd I wear the Livestrong to prom?
Oh, Fightins. That's what the necklaces were called. We'll try to put a pic up here for you. Yeah. The Fightin necklaces.
They were red, black, and blue. Yeah. The worst colors ever.
Yeah, they were heinous looking.
And remember the little rubber ones that had the reflective sticker that was supposed to help your balance?
Oh my God.
Scam.
No, total scam. I had a boyfriend give me one of his Fightin necklaces one time.
God, that's it
was legit. Yeah, and he gave me a sweatshirt the same day. We broke up, but it's okay.
With your husband, imagine you still had it. It's
no, imagine.
Old.
Oh, something old.
Imagine, I'd be living for that.
Oh my God. Well, I have been with my husband a very long time. We started, since we're talking about high school romances, we went on one date one time and I was obsessed with him. Obsessed.
He's older than you?
Yeah, he's 2 years older than me. It's giving Belly and Jen Conrad. Listen, I'm just saying it does make sense actually, because I was friends with his brothers first, but we'll divulge into that another day. But anyways, so we went on one date one time. He picked me up and we went for a drive to Wollaston Beach, which very Quincy of me. And I was obsessed with him. He dropped me back off after, and he never called me again. And I was,
oh my God, it's
giving Conrad.
Jeremiah,
if you didn't as if I didn't marry Conrad.
You married Conrad.
I really did.
You're so fake.
But I really am so fake. Now that I'm saying this all out loud, I'm sounding like such a hypocrite.
Yeah, you're I'm Team Jeremiah. You didn't marry Jeremiah.
No, I literally married Conrad. Yeah, because he wanted absolutely nothing to do with me. And then I finally was just persistent until he gave in. So
you made your wish. 16th
birthday my 16th birthday wish.
Every birthday I wish for him. I can't. All right, back to the
the series. I watched it so quickly. I could not get enough. Binged. It really was. And it's supposed to be a kid's show.
No, it's not a kid's show.
But it's not. No, it's not a kid's show. They wrote that for me.
It's for us. Yeah. It is for us. 100%. Because you know what it is? And I forgot when you said it came out in 2009, everyone has that summer. Summer 2009 was my summer going to junior year. That's one of my favorite summers I ever had.
You were going into junior year in 2009? No.
Yes. Yeah, because I graduated 2011. So junior, fall 2009, 2010, spring.
That makes sense.
You're only a year younger than me, right?
I'm 2 years younger than you.
Okay, no ageism on
I'm sorry.
the podcast.
I wasn't thinking. I don't know what I was thinking. I was 2009. I graduated from 8th grade in 2009.
Yeah, that makes sense. I graduated in 2007.
Okay. All right. Okay. It's tracking now.
Anyways. So yeah, I was 16 in 2009.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It all worked out. We're here. Yeah. It's okay.
But yeah, no, I just I felt even though it's geared up for a girl who's in this summer in 2022, I felt it was nostalgic enough.
I totally agree.
It felt. I mean, it's timeless.
It was timeless. It didn't feel timed, except for the Hayley Kiyoko references and all that.
I didn't know who the Olsen twins were.
Oh yeah, that was.
Gasped when she was Scarlet Witch's sister. That's crazy. That
Scarlet Witch's sister.
People don't know the moguls that are Ashley and Mary Kate Olsen.
I heard that I think I saw this on Dumois. Did you see this? That they're coming out with a documentary about them?
Oh, I can't wait. Are you a Mary Kate or an Ashley? I feel like you're an Ashley. Yeah,
I was just going to say, I think I'm a little bit of an Ashley. Mm-hmm. But I was big into the Mary Kate and Ashley mysteries, the slumber party pizza one.
Yeah.
P-I-Z-Z-A. I want pizza. That was always a classic.
That. And then every movie they ever made, Holiday in the Sun, Tim in London, Billboard Dad.
Which one's the one? Oh, Billboard Dad. I love that one. Which one's the one with Megan Fox?
Holiday in the Summer. They do like the fake challenge at the Bermuda, like, where they're in like Bahamas.
How could I forget?
How could you forget that? It's like literally that and MTV Challenge. They're like basically the same to me.
It's so true.
Yeah, love the Olsen twins.
Love them.
But anyway, so like there were some references like, oh my God. But like for the most part, I was like, pretty the infinity necklace. That's coming back.
They're bringing it back.
The infinity symbol.
That's so 2009. I'm glad they didn't change it to something new.
Coming out again. Know that it's because of this series.
Absolutely.
Because I haven't seen one in years.
No, years. But something that we need to talk about when it comes to the show is the thing that's on everybody's tongue, which is the soundtrack to this fucking show.
The soundtrack to...
And they pull you in from the second you start watching.
The absolute second. I was like, my first text to you was like, starting it, oh my God, the soundtrack. First song off the gate, Kim Petras.
Of course.
I was already in it.
I mean, the three main characters were basically in bathing suits the entire time. So what they could have spent on wardrobe, they instead spent on the soundtrack.
And
which
it was worth every penny.
Because I've been listening to the playlist since I started watching it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've already subscribed, favored it. I listened to it all day today.
It was so good.
It's so good. It's like the perfect of like upbeat work vibe, cleaning your room, just like background noise. Like we'll post it, we'll link it, but like the soundtrack is just mwah. I have nothing.
There's no notes.
There's no notes.
No
There's
notes.
No
It's
skips.
perfect.
It's perfect. It's everything.
Everything about it.
Everything.
And so going back to what we were saying about if you were Team Jacob, you were Team Jeremiah. If you were Team Edward, you were Team Conrad. Where do you stand on the Twilight Saga debate?
Like physically, obviously I'm Team Jacob.
Yeah, physically.
But emotionally, Edward.
No. No.
Like
emotionally, it's Jacob.
No.
Jacob was gonna Jacob was gonna be there for her in ways that Edward never could.
What? What do you mean? Edward like couldn't be with her all of that second book because he loved her so much it made him like sick.
That is you need to reread it because that is not what happened.
He protected her. He like showed up. Like,
lame, corny, boo.
No, she didn't want Jacob. He was a pussy.
He don't. That isn't okay. You're gonna tell me that the wolf was a pussy when the other guy's fucking sparkled.
Yeah, but like whatever. Like it's just Jacob like was just not man enough for her. He was like,
that is not true.
He was such a baby.
That is not true.
He was such a baby.
You're wrong, and I will die on this hill.
I loved.
I was such a Twilight girl. I'm sure that comes as a surprise to absolutely nobody.
Shocked.
But they were coming out like in real time as I was aging.
I feel like.
So let me set the scene for you. When I was in 8th grade, the first or the second one, I think the first one came out, and everybody in my 8th grade class got shirts for Christmas that either said Team Edward or Team Jacob.
So you were in 8th grade, I was.
So you were a sophomore.
Yes. So, but like, I feel like all the books were out because I don't remember, like all my girlfriends were reading them rapid fire.
Yes. Yeah.
Like, I don't ever remember waiting like I waited for Harry Potter.
Right. I think you're right.
Just buy them all at once.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think maybe not the last one. Like, I think I started reading like right before the last one came out. And I was like, I have to read these first 3 so that I can read the last one. Kind of like the Hunger Games.
How did they just blow up out of nowhere?
I don't even remember, honestly. All I know is one day, because like it wasn't like the internet was that big back then, unless we were all talking about them on AIM.
I mean, I was a Tumblr girl. So
I was a Tumblr girl too.
I
think that makes sense. Yeah,
that checks. Loved. I'm like, I still go on it.
Do you really?
Yeah, that's where I got all my iPhone wallpapers.
Oh, that's a good idea. I'll have to check it out.
Keep Common Sperry on.
No.
Yeah.
I would. I would have to try to find my like old password because I definitely don't have it anymore.
I'll have to restart it every now and then. Still linked to my like janky Yahoo.
But email. I would love to see like some of the shit that I put on there in 2009 when my boyfriend who gave me the fighting necklace and the sweatshirt broke up with me. Like I would love to know what she was
Taylor
posting.
Swift, 2009. That was what? Third album.
Yeah.
Speak Now.
Must have been.
Perfect.
Yeah. Speak Now times.
Yeah. Oh, what a great album! You were probably doing all Back to December.
Yeah. Wow. That's a throwback.
Was when she was dating.
And that was when she was dating
Taylor
Lautner.
She wrote about him.
Which she did write about him.
Their song.
And I was obviously very much Team Jacob. I had a shirt that said it and everything. And that's where I stand on that side of history. And that is the correct side of history.
To be wrong sometimes.
Hey, you know, the only thing, they did me dirty with him imprinting on Renesmee. That's the one thing that I'll say. They did me dirty with that.
They did dirty.
They didn't give the Jacob girlies the ending that they deserved.
No.
And to be fair, neither did Jenny Han in The Summer I Turned Pretty, the final book. I just reread it the other day. They did nothing for the Jeremiah girlies.
Did you read, speaking of Jenny Han, now that we're suddenly bookers now.
Yeah, book girlies.
Did you read?
Bookers.
Yeah, bookers. Did you read To All the Boys, the book series?
I actually don't think I did.
I remember reading the first one of both of these series, but like fake reading them, I think.
I think this one must have come out when I was older. Like To All the Boys I Loved Before. I think it must have just come out. I thought this
one was first, or did it just become a movie first?
I think it just became a movie first.
Got it. Because there was a love triangle moment in the book too. I ended up reading them after because I was so in love with the movie. Yeah. That I was... She loves a love triangle. She does.
Most young adult authors do. I mean, it's a great trope, really.
When
we were coming up, when we put it on our Instagram story asking for suggestions, like, we got so many.
Any crazy ones that we, like... What was the, like, any fun ones?
Yeah. I can't even say it. I'd have to look up who put this because it was really funny and it made me... I was, like, lying in bed belly laughing about it. But here's a hot one for you, and tell me where you stand on this side of things. Shrek, Lord Farquaad, and Fiona.
It's not a love triangle.
It is a love triangle for sure, because she was going to marry him. She was going to go through with it.
But wasn't she supposed to really marry Prince Charming, but Lord Farquaad got there before him? Because that's why we have movie 2.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right. So it's really a love...
Which is technically like...
square.
Shrek 2, we get that.
Shrek 2 is a great flick.
I Need a Hero.
I Need a Hero.
So
that is
good.
An iconic moment.
Obviously, I'm Team Shrek.
Yeah, I'm Team Shrek. But,
Team Shrek.
You know, Lord Farquaad, he had his moments. He was all right.
He had a good set of hair.
I was just going to say, great bob.
Mm-hmm.
Not many men could pull off that bob.
Not many. It's him and like the berries and cream guy.
Oh, yeah. 2 iconic men with bobs.
And Coconut Head.
Coconut Head, of course. Who could forget him? If you have any other men with bobs that you'd like us to talk about, drop them in the comments.
But going back into like more timely love triangles, obviously Laguna Beach, Steven, are you Team Kristen or Team Lauren?
It's tough because I think his soulmate truly was Kristen.
In 2005 or 4, when this was on TV.
Pressing, yeah.
I was Team Lauren.
Me too, because she was done.
Rewatching, Lauren sucks.
Rewatching, Kristen and Steven were meant for each other.
Meant to be.
Absolutely.
To be. And like
totally
now
agree.
I'm like, oh, like I was a Kristen girl who wanted to be a Lauren.
Yeah,
but now
course.
I'm like, I'm fully a Kristen girl.
Yeah.
Fully a Kristen girl.
I don't even know what, like, I feel like I never even hear about Elsie anymore. Like, I think she just, like,
still has,
I was just going to say, still has her clothing line at Kohl's. But so does Jessica Simpson, so.
I love that for Jessica Simpson.
Just a couple mogul girlies making that coin.
Love that, yeah.
So, there was a couple more that we wanted to talk about on here. So, one that we got a lot, actually, in the comments. And right around the time that I was also in the throes of Team Jacob was when my best friend Kayla, who is my version of your Dylan. Mm-hmm. Kayla has been my best friend since kindergarten. And I'll tell the story of how we became friends one day. I don't want to tell it on here because it'll put her on blast. I hope I'm going to text her after this and see if she'll let me talk about it because it's a really great story. But we've been best friends ever since. And she had I'm really going to age myself here. This is humiliating. The like box DVD sets of One Tree Hill.
Yes.
Because there was no Netflix. There was no
Fun
Hulu.
fact. So I'm an early Netflix person. I like drunkenly bought it for myself in college, freshman year for my birthday. Okay. One Tree Hill was the only show on there that was like everything.
And it was streaming at this point still.
Up until the last season hadn't aired yet.
Oh.
And I averaged a season a week and was able to watch the series finale live.
Wow. That's impressive.
And that I credit One Tree Hill as like the first show I ever binge watched.
No, me too. Because Kayla and I would pop these DVDs into her little TV with the little DVD thing on the side.
Episodes of One Tree Hill like Tic Tacs. Like I was like next.
That was us. We just kept going. And so this brings us to our next point, which is One Tree Hill, Brooke, Lucas, Peyton.
I mean,
I'm going to let you go first because I feel like I've been giving my takes first and I...
Like, again, I feel like I'm a very similar, love Brooke. Love Sophia Bush. Like, as, like, I love her. Mm-hmm. Peyton. Like, I have, like, chills talking about...
No, I'm glad you're on the right side of history.
Season 4, it's you. It's you. When I want you sitting next beside me. Like, that's how I got the same reaction when he said... I think I remember all the steps. Yes. And like I have goosebumps talking about it. No, I know.
That was an iconic moment in television. And can I just tell you, again, this is gonna shock nobody. That was actually the Who Do You Want Standing Next to You When All of Your Dreams Come True. If you don't know what we're talking about, we'll link the YouTube video of it. But there's it was
my iPhone wallpaper.
No, it was an iconic moment. Yeah. I reblogged that on Tumblr so many times. Anytime I saw it, it was an instant
without even hesitating.
All you do is see them in their in the uniforms, and that's it.
Yep.
But so for those of you that don't know, if you haven't watched One Tree Hill, first of all, what the fuck are you doing?
Pause.
You need to be like stop this episode. Go and watch One Tree Hill. Is it on Hulu? I think it's on Hulu right now.
Yeah, I think it's off the Flicks.
It's off the Flicks, but it is on Hulu. Go back, watch it right now. Like, do yourselves a fucking favor. If you learn anything from this show, it's that.
Yeah, One Tree Hill.
Watch One Tree Hill, because in this episode that we're talking about, the Ravens, the Tree Hill Ravens, and spoiler alert here, but this came out like 20 years ago, so I don't feel bad about it.
2002, like, sorry.
So they won the state championship. And in a previous episode...
In a buzzer shot.
It was iconic. And in a previous episode, Peyton said to Lucas Scott, she said, who is it that you want standing by your side when all of your dreams come true?
Abby,
Which is a fantastic question. And they win the state championship. Everybody's partying. There's confetti. Everybody's
it's all blue and gold. It's everything. She's a cheerleader.
He's a basketball.
Got the shot.
He got the shot. And he comes up to her and he looks at her and he just goes, "It's you, Peyton." And she's like, "What?" And he's like, "It's you, the one I want standing beside me when all my dreams come true."
Sobbing. So like my best friend Jackie from college, like this was like her personality. Yeah. Who's like, she's very much like us. She's a Glee girl. She's from Saugus. Like, so we were already talking about the summer I turned pretty, and that's literally when I said was like, no, when he said I think I remember all the steps. I go, I felt the same exact way when Lucas said it's you, and she goes, no, exactly.
It's giving.
And
the
so
same
I remember
vibes.
like texting her when I got there, because she was like, I think it's like episode 4, season 4, like episode, like I think like 13. Like she was like, you'll know it when you're on it. It's the best episode of all time. And I was like, I remember being like, I'm crying right now.
Yeah, I was crying.
Meanwhile, I'm not out of the closet. Right. I'm not out of the closet, and I'm crying to One Tree Hill in my twin XL bed next to my straight roommate.
Oh,
like the fact that it even had to come out is crazy.
Well,
but that is. What a moment.
Can I tell you a secret? And I, in my wedding vows, actually referenced that moment to my husband. I did say, I was like, he did know it.
Did
of course,
thank God. The people?
So we did it just privately, just the two of us. Because like I was already nervous enough about having to kiss a boy in front of my mom. Like I couldn't imagine having to read my vows in front of my parents. I just like, that would have been too much for me. Like, please stop. Like, don't look at me. Like,
that's too much vulnerability for one day.
In One Tree Hill, there's a moment when they ask each other, like, who do you want standing next to you when all of your dreams come true? And I said to my husband, I don't have to wonder, because you were here when all of my dreams did come true. Oh my God. And all of my dreams are coming true today. Cry
again. I love that.
Well, yeah, it's a nice story, but I was always team
Peyton.
But Brooke had some sick burns in there.
Oh, Brooke was like, you didn't like not like Brooke, but like it was just like.
But you just knew that Peyton and Lucas were going to end up together.
So like you obviously, like, spoiler alert again, like I'm going right into the series finale. Right. Like I didn't like, you know what I want, my dream ending?
Yeah.
Because like how they just drive off on that like Volvo convertible.
Yeah.
I wanted her to die.
We don't have time to unpack all of that right now, Mike.
I really did. Like, I wanted it. I just feel like
I'm seeing you in a totally different light.
I just felt like that would have been such a great.
It would have been a good motif to her mother, etc., etc.
Yeah, I just wanted it bad.
Wow.
I know. I think it would have made it so much better.
Do you want to talk about it?
No, I just felt like the end was like rushed, and I don't know if it's because like I had just been built up because I had binged it, so I was
that's true.
in the thick of it. Like I basically graduated with them. And
so true.
Then to like see it like kind of be like that flash forward moment. They just drive off into the sunset. I was like, I kind of wanted like
something more dramatic.
Yeah,
it was a dramatic show. They were always doing something drama with the nanny and all that.
So I'm about to like, I mean, not only am I vulnerable because I'm wearing horizontal stripes like on this, but
and I applaud you for that.
I'm also gonna be more vulnerable and say I am an active Riverdale watcher. Did you watch, and do you still currently watch?
I did watch.
Okay.
So I stopped when everybody has a Riverdale I stopped when moment because...
Yeah, not me.
Except for Mike, apparently. Because it got to a point when it was like, I can no longer maintain my sanity and watch this
You know what
show.
It is? It's like every time I do stop, then the season gets put on Netflix, and I'm like in a TV lull. I'm like, I guess I'll catch up. So like... That's kind of how, not that I don't watch it live. Like my best friend Sarah and I, she's the only person I know who still watches. So we would do like Riverdale night on Wednesday, and then Beverly Hills came on. So I was like, Riverdale is done. Yeah. Like we have to watch Housewives. But like, are you Archie with Betty or Archie with Veronica?
I have to think about this for a second. You know what? I'm Archie and Veronica.
Okay,
I'm
me
Varchie.
Too. Me
I'm
too.
Varchie and I'm Bughead.
Yeah.
As it should be.
It's not right. Spoiler alert, not that you're gonna catch up, but
what if I did, Mike?
Archie is with Betty now.
No, I hate that.
Me too. I just feel like it's like Archie picked her because like she was there.
Yeah, and she's like the girl next door. Oh yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
but
I hated.
No, it was always like Veronica and Archiekins. That made the most sense to me.
Yeah, Ronnie. And to I love that he called her Ronnie.
And to take that away from me is probably why I stopped watching. Actually,
yeah.
No, when she was dating Charles Melton. I don't know, the tall, dark-haired kid. Who she was dating IRL.
Oh yeah, well that's
Charles Melton IRL.
So you kind of fell off recently because she's dating him on the show now.
No.
Yeah.
No, the last season I saw was when the Gargoyle King was around.
Okay, that's like not was like 2 seasons ago.
Oh really?
Yeah, don't.
Okay, maybe I didn't fall off that long ago.
You missed like 1 season. The Gargoyle King was scary though.
That's why I stopped watching.
Riverdale's a daytime show.
One thing about, I think I mentioned this on the pod last week, but like I will not watch anything scary. I was at a sleepover one time in 7th grade at this girl's house, and they made me watch Silent Hill, and I'm not even kidding you. I didn't sleep for 3 weeks. My sister wanted to beat the shit out of me. She probably did, because I was like, we have to sleep with the light on. I cannot sleep without the light in this scenario. I've just watched the scariest movie of all time.
I'm drama 24/7, but I'm drama 365 watching a scary movie. Like same.
No, I'm the friend. I will leave the sleepover. I was that girl who would be like, if you guys put on a scary movie, I'm calling my mom. I would leave. I mean that sincerely.
Dylan's favorite thing is horror movies. Loves them. I love a good slasher. I love Scream because they're not really that scary. I'll jump, but it's he loves a horror movie, and I will say no. I'm not watching that. Flat out no, won't even watch a trailer.
Me too.
But then he's like, you got to give me October. So then every October he's we lean in on the horror, and it's sometimes they're too much. We watch this movie Don't Breathe, and when I tell you my Apple Watch was you got to go to the hospital because your heart rate is too fucking high.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Yeah.
But that's why I had to stop watching Riverdale, because it was the Gargoyle King.
Yeah, it got a little cray-cray.
So I stopped watching after that, but I was Bughead, and I was Varchie, and I was Cheryl Blossom, and what's her name?
Oh, yes.
Miss Girl.
Can't think of her.
Who was married to the baseball player.
Yes. She was the girl serpent. But they're not together anymore. They broke up.
Really?
Yeah.
That's sad. Hate to see it. But I wish them all the best.
Not a love triangle, but like, were you Troy with Gabriella or Troy with Sharpay?
I want to be really clear in my stance on this. Okay. I was just Team Sharpay. I didn't care about anybody else. It was iced tea imported from England and lifeguards imported from Spain and towels imported from Turkey and turkey imported from Maine. That was all it was.
Yeah, truly.
The rest of it didn't matter.
Did not matter.
I sang Bop to the Top in my 5th grade talent show.
You did? Who was your Ryan? What did you do?
It was another girl.
Oh, a girl. I love that. I wish you had like a 5th grade gay friend that just was like willing to put on that limited 2 hat and risk it all.
No. Unfortunate. We went to Catholic school. Nobody could come out that early. Yeah, exactly. It was a little much.
Well, it's a different time.
It was a totally different time. Yeah. Totally a different time. What else do we have here? One that came up a lot that I've never watched, but you can talk about it if you feel comfortable in this space, is the Vampire Diaries.
Which, like, I don't know.
Spoil it because maybe I will watch it.
I think you should watch it. And like,
how many seasons is it though?
A lot. But it's like it's a CW show, so it has One Tree Hill energy.
I can make that work.
With Twilight.
Yeah, I can make that work for me.
Oh, I loved Vampire Diaries. That was like replaced One Tree Hill with me and my friend Jackie. Is like we binged it in college. Yeah. Because like the first 5 seasons were on Netflix, so it was like a quicker. So it's kind of, it gives, I feel semi term pretty. It's 2 brothers, 1 girl, and like
it's Nina Dobrev, who I do visually enjoy.
Yeah, and like. Were you Degrassi girl? Because that's why she left Degrassi, was for this.
Really?
Yes.
I did not know that.
And do you remember Darcy?
Yeah.
She left for 90210 CW version.
Oh, that's tea.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So they became CW girlies together.
You were like a pop culture girly before anybody.
Fun fact, how we got Real Housewives of OC was because the production company filmed Laguna Beach and they were more invested in the moms, and that's how they pitched.
Wow. Yeah. I never knew that.
Mm-hmm. I'm like a...
And it was supposed to be called like Beyond the Gate or something, right? I do remember that.
Yeah, that's how they said the moms were crazy when to, like, imagine if we pitched a show around just them and us.
I mean, that makes sense.
That's how we found Vicky Gunkelson. But yeah, so it's back to Vampire Diaries. I am team, like, I kind of like want you to watch it, and then there's a clear lane that you should be on.
Okay. Don't tell me which one. I want to guess.
Yeah, and
it's probably going to be the wrong one.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. And if you want to know
But how long does the love triangle go on for? Is it the whole 9 seasons?
No. Nope. Okay. No.
There's a clear winner after a couple?
Yep.
Okay.
And if you want to know what Vampire Diaries team I'm on, DM me and I will tell you. But I had a homework assignment and now you have one.
Okay.
Well, you have 2. You have to watch Drag Race too. Yeah. But I would let this one come first.
Okay. If you insist. I can do both at the same time. I'm a good multitasker.
Yeah, you'll need a brain break from the other one anyways.
But if that's my homework, then I have 2 homeworks for you 2, because these were 2 that were in some of the comments, but also my own personal opinions. But I think I thought this one was fairly popular, but now I guess maybe it's pretty niche. But Jane the Virgin was one of the most popular love triangles.
You know what? That's a show that I was like not interested in, but it just like something always like came ahead of it.
Totally agree with you. I think I watched it during the pandemic. I'd have to double check. But there's just enough seasons and it's just enough drama. It's like a cross between One Tree Hill with like the drama, the unreal scenarios, the I can't believe that happened, but enough to pull you back in. It feels like a cross between New Girl and One Tree Hill. Because the humor is there. It's funny. It's sweet.
I didn't watch New Girl either, and I've tried so many times.
Wow.
I know. I've tried so many times.
I love New Girl.
Something about her just aggravates me.
Oh, me too.
That's why
she's the worst character.
You know what else? Other show I know I would love, but I can't watch.
What?
Girls.
Oh, I stopped after
Lena
season 1.
Lena Dunham is my celebrity arch enemy.
Oh, big agree.
Enemy.
Like, I mean, we all know mine is Amy Schumer, but Lena Dunham is right up there.
I was in the middle of watching American Horror Story Cult, and she comes in
with this great
episode 7, and I shut it off immediately.
Yeah,
and I haven't finished it because she's in 1 episode, and I can't even.
No, Girls had its moment. I enjoyed maybe one season when I was in college. I watched maybe one or two seasons, and after that, I was like, she's annoying.
I only liked Shoshana.
Yeah, I only liked her. Yep.
But it wasn't enough to keep me.
No. But I always see on TikTok that one scene when Shoshana's like, and she like pops off on all of them. And I was like, you know what? This is what I wanted to say this whole show.
And that made me want to go back. Yeah. But then I think about looking at Lena Dunham, who it just aggravates me for every reason in the book. And I was like, it's not worth it.
It's not worth it. It's not. But Jane the Virgin, there's a big love triangle there. And I wish you could give it a take. Yeah,
because I need a new bed show.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. And it's perfect before bed. It is good for that.
What's it on? Netflix, Hulu?
Ooh, I think it's Netflix. Okay.
I have them all.
But I have them all too. If you don't have it, I will, and we'll share passwords. But it's clear who it is, who my favorite was. Okay. Which actually, it differs from who my normal opinions are, because normally I am team safe guy, nice choice. But in this one, I was actually the opposite. And
I'll know right away.
You'll know right away. But that's there's no spoilers. I'm not telling you who she ends up with or whatever, because they literally keep you guessing until the last second of the last episode of the last day.
Oh,
it's quite frustrating, because it just went off TV like maybe 2 years ago, not even. And the other one, so DM me if you want to know who my team was, but it should be pretty clear from that. And then the other one was, which this actually would interest you more, so you would be more interested in this one first, is Younger.
So, which I've also kind of watched. Yeah. Like I watched, because it was on Lifetime with Hilary Duff, right? Yes. So I watched like maybe 3 episodes, and then I was like, felt something else piqued my interest in that time slot, and I never picked it back up.
I really liked it. I liked the plot, and I feel like I learned so much, because we're obviously not New York girlies, but I feel like I learned so much about New York, like hot spots in New York, and like places that people in New York were going to, and trending things in New York.
Like Anna Delvey's like fake club.
Yeah, it made me feel like it was giving ADF. ADF. My friend Bridget always says that. She goes, the Anna Delvey Foundation, ADF.
That's a good one. That's a good impression.
Thanks. Or she goes, you look Paul. Why are you wearing that?
That's my favorite one.
That I like when she says, I already wired you the money. It's coming from the bank. There's a problem with the bank overseas. If you haven't watched Inventing Anna, you definitely should, because it's really good. She did an interview with Dumois.
Yeah.
I was going to say she did something with somebody. But anyway, so the other one that I was saying was Younger. There's a clear love triangle there.
Is it Hilary Duff?
It's no. It's Sutton Foster. Sutton Foster. She's a Broadway girly. She's currently in The Music Man with Hugh Jackman.
Oh, okay.
You'll know when you see her.
Yep.
She is in a love. So the premise of the show, and this happens in the first episode, so this is not a spoiler for anybody interested. It is, she wants to reinvent herself. This Sutton Foster, her name is Liza. She wants to reinvent herself, so she lies about her birthday because she looks younger than she thinks she does.
I think I've only watched the pilot.
Yeah. So Mike's like, I watched the whole thing and I couldn't get into it. Like, no, you watched one episode.
That's the only episode I remember. Okay.
And she lies about her age because she looks young for her age. And she hooks
up with like Nico What's-His-Face, right?
Yep.
And is he in it the whole time?
I can't tell you that. Okay. And so she basically lies about her age, and she like goes to reinvent herself and work for like a book publishing industry, and she meets this like young hottie and then this older hottie, and it's all about her deciding. And the older hottie is played by Peter Herman, who is married to Mariska Hargitay, and he is fine. He is giving Silver Fox, he's giving it all, and he is so handsome.
I think Younger's on Hulu.
I think it is too. It's fantastic. But here's the thing. The thing is I actually didn't watch the final season because I heard it didn't end the way that I wanted it to. So in my mind, I just stopped watching in the hopes that would change.
Okay. You're selling me on it.
No, it's good. It's good. It's really, really good. But I love the book world. Like, it's all, like, there's, like, all these. But it's funny, too. It's good.
Okay.
You would like it.
I'll try one of them.
Okay. I'll try one and you try one.
Okay. I feel like we have one more level. Oh, Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah, Grey's Anatomy.
You a Grey's girl?
Big Grey's girl. I'm not currently watching anymore. I stopped when, spoiler alert, this is about to be a big spoiler alert. So if you don't want any Grey's Anatomy spoilers.
Yeah, like if you're in like the thick of it.
If you're like if you're in like season 5, stop listening right now. But
you jumped off quick.
No, I mean, I stopped watching like 2 years ago when, spoiler alert, when Alex left for Izzy.
That's like not that long. That was a while ago.
Yeah, no, that was like 2 years ago.
Izzy?
No, so he was married to Joe.
Maybe I jumped off quicker.
You did jump off quicker than me for sure, because I was in it. My husband, I can't even believe I'm saying this on live internet right now. But my husband is in a bowling league on Thursday nights, and Grey's Anatomy is on Thursdays.
TGIT.
So TGIT. So I would get myself a little poke bowl from B Cafe. It would get delivered via Uber Eats, and I would sit there and I would eat my poke bowl and I would watch Grey's Anatomy. But Joe and Alex were so in love and so perfect and wonderful for each other. And then all of a sudden, like when what's-his-face wanted off the show, he said, fucking him out, and they gave him the worst cop-out excuse, fake, lame, corny, boo excuse of all time to get off the show, and said, oh, he went back to Joe. Like, he would never he went back to Izzy. He would never fucking do that to Joe. It's criminal that Shonda Rhimes would even do that. I always agree with Shonda Rhimes. I think she's a masterpiece, genius, wonderful, creative woman. But she royally fucked that one. She fucked it.
Damn.
I got very passionate about this. Because I was a loyal Grey's girly for so long.
I guess I wasn't, because I can't even picture who you're talking about. I don't know when I stopped then.
It must have been recent. Like, it must have been, I mean, not as recent as me, because
I don't know when I stopped.
It was a crime against humanity.
For me. Like, it was like too much.
Well, that's why I could never watch This Is Us. Everybody was always This Is Us all the time.
Could not.
I'm mentally unstable enough without watching that show. I don't need to watch it and add on top of that.
Which is, this is a good circle back to This Time I Feel Pretty, because we haven't talked about the adult relationship, which is like, honestly, just as important to me as the love triangle. I'm
not even kidding you. I was watching this with my husband, and I was like, I'm just so thankful for the female friendships in my life. Whereas when I read this when I was a tween, I was like, Belly and Conrad forever. Like, her mom is so annoying. Like, Susanna, bummer. And now I'm like, Susanna!
Like, I was fully invested in them.
Spoiler alert, the scene when the three of them when Steven, Belly, and the mom are laying in bed together crying.
I was sobbing on the Amtrak to the point that the woman next to me handed me a napkin. Yeah. Napkin, because I was hysterical crying. Yeah. And then also totally forgot. So I looked up remember how I texted you? It was like, not Walmart Alicia Silverstone. Oh, yeah. The mom. She was in the Clueless TV show. So it wasn't like not a reference.
She must have been in something else too. I didn't get a chance to look it up, but she looked super familiar. She also looked like Heather Graham from Austin Powers. Mm-hmm. Felicity Shagwell was her name, I believe. So she did kind of look like her too. But the relationship that they had was not as developed in the book.
Really?
I'm
glad they did that.
I'm glad that they did that. But spoiler alert for the books. But in the first book, at the end of the first book, Susanna dies.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, I would have stopped reading immediately.
But in the first book, Susanna did not want to do a clinical trial. She was very adamant that she did not want to do it.
Well, they said season 2.
Right.
They were like, we need to
switch this up for season 2. And the infinity necklace of it all doesn't even happen until book 2.
Really?
In the book. There was a lot of differences. But you know what?
Do we know why the infinity symbol is so important?
So there was a flash. Yes, you missed it. There was a flashback to Belly was putting syrup on her pancakes or something. And Jeremiah was like, Jeremiah was like, oh, that's an infinity symbol. And she was like, and he explained it. In the book, it was different. In the book, they were like, spoiler alert, dating. Her and Conrad were dating, and he was helping her with her homework, and he was explaining infinity to her, I guess, at some point. And that's how that happened there.
Okay. Love that.
Yeah.
Any other triangles? I feel like we've covered them all.
I feel like we've shared so many opinions on this episode.
Hannah Montana, last love triangle.
Yeah, that actually, we did get a couple comments saying that. There was a couple.
That's like a last one.
I think I was Team Jake Ryan, but I can't remember.
Who was the other one? Jake Ryan. He was the regular
Miley,
boy.
Jake, and...
Oh, Miley and Jake. And then it was Hannah and the actor who was so cute.
Yeah.
And they were in like, they're like, oh my God, the Hunger Games.
Oh, yeah. How did we forget Hunger Games?
How did we not go to Hunger Games in our Tumblr era?
Wow.
Who are you?
So this is going to shock the world.
Don't even.
No, but I'm Team PETA.
Oh, me too.
Oh, okay, thank God.
What do you? I thought you were going to say.
No, Team Gail. Gail was a
worst.
weenie.
He was the worst.
Weenie.
He's like full toxic male horror. That's
and not even in like a cool way.
Yeah, like not even like a cool trendy way like Conrad. Like
not even in a cool Conrad way.
Like, I want the baker and the artist.
Yeah.
Oh my God, love. Oh, I was obsessed with Peter, and then I was obsessed with Josh Hutcherson.
You love me, real or not real? Real. What an iconic moment. Real or not real? Real.
Yeah, Team PETA all the fucking way.
What about Harry Potter? I know it's not really a love triangle, but
I get it why Hermione and Ron are at Endgame, but like Harry Potter's the star.
Right.
Like I just wanted him
to end up with his best female friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it works.
I really wanted it.
But none of it matters because J.K. Rowling's a piece of shit anyway. So
well, that's why I like to say because I'm a Harry Potter boy, so
you are.
Oh,
one thing about me is I'm actually surprisingly not a big Harry Potter.
Oh, I was a Harry Potter boy.
Have you ever been to Harry Potter World?
No, I want to go so bad.
Oh.
But I've like when they did like the Harry Potter thing at like Museum of Science, I went like loved Harry Potter. So that's why to like detach from it,
Yeah,
I say Reese Witherspoon wrote Harry Potter.
Yeah.
And I feel
sense.
like I'm like, yeah,
I believe
Harry
that.
Potter written by Reese Witherspoon.
Yeah, of course. As God intended it.
Mm-hmm. So I know no other author.
Yeah, I don't know her. What's the Mariah Carey? I don't know her.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry
Keke Palmer.
I don't know who this man is.
I don't know this man.
He could be walking down the street. I wouldn't know a thing.
And on that note.
And that's all we got for you. So don't forget to like and subscribe on
Comment.
iTunes. We put in our bio, we have a link tree with all of our Spotify, our iTunes, our YouTube channel, which I've been trying to post the videos, but they're so long and so beautiful.
It's coming.
It's coming, and the reels are coming, and we're working our way up. We're getting some premium guests for you guys. If you know any like niche, small micro influencers,
if you are one
and you're listening, come on our podcast. We got a couple of things up our sleeve that we're working on. And if you know somebody, love somebody, have a family member.
If it's you,
shoot us a DM. We'd love to have you on.
We'd love to chat pop culture, whatever you're going through, whatever you're talking about.
And one thing that we didn't really get to talk about is why we did like an untimely episode. Like this could really be talked about at any time because there's nothing really timely in it except for the Beyonce and whatever, but there was nothing happened in the news this week. Like if you're wondering what happened in pop culture this week, it's nothing.
It's oblique. I feel like it's like kind of like TV shows. They all come out after the 4th. We'll have some news after the 4th.
Like they banned jewels. That's all that's happening.
Which were you a jeweler?
I just missed the age cutoff for the jewel boat. But that didn't mean that I didn't partake. Like they were just becoming cool when I was like a senior in college.
Yeah, like if I were 16 when Jules came out,
yeah, I would have been.
I would have popcorn lung right now.
No, me too.
Like I loved a Juul. The reason why I'm not a smoker is because like when I turned 18, when you could buy them legally, like I was still drinking like 3 iced coffees a day. Like it was not. I had to pick a lane.
Right. Yeah.
And so caffeine trumps nicotine.
Yeah, me too.
But hearing the crackle of a Juul pod right now, like could literally just give me goosebumps.
No,
I
have a friend who is a big Juul girly, and
you're my sister.
Your sister is?
Oh, she's literally an e-cigarette.
Wow, I love that for her.
Yeah.
How old is your sister?
She is.
Who's older?
Me. She's 26. She'll be 27 in August.
Same girly. Well, I actually just turned 27 the other day. It's tough for me.
Yeah, it's a big loss for her today.
Yeah, for sure.
Big loss.
Please let her know that I'm thinking of her during these trying times. Mm-hmm. I'm sure she'll be able to get them in like a back alley.
Thoughts
somewhere.
and prayers. She said she'll find it on the dark web.
Oh, she will. She absolutely will. There's got to be somewhere they'll make knockoff ones or something.
Yeah, well, they have the puff bars, but I think even those are on their way out. She already goes to New Hampshire for those, though.
Oh my gosh. It's trying times out there, guys.
Hell of a drug. Hell of a drug.
Nicotine is a hell of a drug, truly.
But anyways.
So that's all we got for you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, follow us on Instagram.
All the good stuff.
All that stuff. And drop us an episode idea if you have something you want to see. Love Triangles just kind of came about naturally when we started watching The Summer I Turned Pretty, that, and coupled with the fact that absolutely nothing happened in the news this week, it felt right. And I feel like we covered a lot of ground here today. So drop a comment. Let us know what you think. Whose team are you on with all of these battles? Yep. We actually were more aligned than we thought. I would agree. We weren't as bad as we thought. I'll agree. So that's it. We will see you guys next week. Have a great week, everybody. Bye. Bye. Bye.